Hey, this is Joshua Dearden, and we have a lot of topics to discuss tonight, and I am prepped up and about to stream on YouTube, Facebook. God, I wish I had my TikTok still, but I don't. So we're gonna go live on two of my social networks. One more minute on Facebook. So, some of the things I want to talk about, let's get these ready. Set up live video. Yeah, one more minute. One more minute. Okay. And 12:22 it is. Start live. All right. Let's see if we can't get some peeps. Sharing. Alrighty. Share. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna get started without. Hopefully, we get some guests in here. Anybody can share, that'd be great. Today, I want to talk about. I got quite a list and some questions. A lot of this will be easier and funner. If I had people watching in, that would be awesome. But we'll get started without y'all. Hopefully, people will join in. Okay, to start with, let's talk about. Okay, so everybody, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a TikToker, I'm a photographer, a web designer, a graphic designer. I do woodworking. I've done quite a lot of work in that. Um, my CDL got temporarily disqualified in December, and I'm waiting on a letter for re-qualification. I'd really like to not go back to trucking, but I may have no choice when I get re-qualified. Now, I do sell merch. You can check out my merchandise at Dearden2007store.com. My YouTube channel is Dearden2007. On my YouTube channel, my TikToks and everything, all my social networking, I talk about my woodworking, my trucking, I talk about my graphic design, I talk about mostly about men's implementation in the dating market, um, how to live a better life as a man in today's dating market, and how not to be, um, what's the word, how not to be um, played, how not to be taken advantage of by women. It's something that all men should know. It's definitely an education that all men need to implement in their life. Um, Again, I've been getting a lot of flack from women, so I'm going to make this very clear. I do respect and appreciate all women. I do respect and appreciate everyone who is kind and good to me. I equally disrespect those who disrespect me. But I have grown fond of my haters. Whether you like me or hate me, when you watch my videos, you are showing me support. So either way, I appreciate you. So, I want to make this clear. I do respect women. I do appreciate women. I am attracted to women. I think all women can be beautiful in their own way. I'm a nice guy, but I can also be an a-hole. I get told that all the time. But a lot of that comes with the territory. A lot of that comes with some of the things that I've experienced in my life, the history of relationships, the I don't know, the frustration of dealing with negativity and hostility from females and past relationships. Some of it had to do with some of my upbringing, the way I was raised. I don't know. It's just a part of my life. All right. So, with that being said, I got some new equipment. I got a new microphone. I actually have two of these. I have a third microphone over there on my desk. So I'm really trying hard to upgrade my equipment. I am looking to have guests on the podcast, to have interviews and discussions with females, males, anybody who wants to come on the show. I'd love to have you. Um, but here are some of the topics that I'd love. We're about to get into that, but before I do, again, I'm a photographer. My photography is Joshua Dearden's photography. Love to show you some of my work, but that's something we can get into in another show. I do construction. I build fences. I do all sorts of woodwork, web designer, woodworker. Um, I do sell merchandise, T-shirts, coins, hats, um, uh, you name it. I do my best to market it and sell it. All right, so the first discussion I'd like to get into, and the first topic, is how women use men and they take advantage of men in a lot of ways. Um, that's it's really hard to narrow down on that. Um, yeah, maybe men use women for what they can get out of them, but women also use men for what they can get out of men. Um, but the fact is that every man who shows interest in you, women, every man that shows interest in a woman wants to have sex with you. Period. Every man that spends time on you, or money on you, or resources on you, or wants to go out with you, wants to take you out somewhere, he wants to sleep with you. Period. That's just logistics. That's just a fact. That cannot be argued. It's just fact-based reality. All right. So feel free to comment in here, and whoever's watching, thanks for watching. Um, the next discussion is women expect men to find all women. Let me rephrase that. Women have this expectation that all women should be appreciated and loved and adored of all sizes, shapes, and colors, yet they turn around and reject most men, when they are not thin, rich, wealthy, attractive, it's kind of a hypocritical thing to do. You can't sit there and demand that all women be loved, adored, cherished, appreciated when you yourself don't sit there, love, cherish, and adore all men. It's kind of a catch-22. Now, I don't hate. I don't think it's bad that you have standards as a woman. I also don't think it's bad that you appreciate men for or that you have your standards. I don't hate on that. What I do have an issue is you can't sit there and be hypocritical and demand that all men love, cherish, and adore all women of all shapes, sizes, colors, ethnicities, whatever, just because they're a woman, and then turn around and reject all men because they're not thin, wealthy, handsome, attractive, own this, own that. It's just really not socially conducive or a reality. It's just not fact based reality. You can't have standards and demand that everybody appreciate you just because you're a woman and then turn around and reject all men because they don't fit your standards. Now, it's okay for you to have standards. It's not okay for you to be ignorant, hypocritical, unreasonable, that kind of. Again, be you, do what you want to do. I don't have no hate on that. All right. The next topic is girls always want security first. Long before they look at a man for his attractiveness, long before they look for a man in a relationship sense, my belief and the research shows that women, girls, women, they always want a man that could provide security. And it's like Chris Rock said in his video, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Let me repeat that. Chris Rock said it perfect. Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Because a man always has to bring something to the table. He always has to provide security, money, which is a part of security. He has to bring something to the table, while a woman just has to be attractive, available, and breathe to find a man. It's much easier for women to find a relationship than it is for men to find a relationship. In fact, research has proven that only 10 to 20% of all single men in the United States are actually having sex out there. Again, let me repeat that. Only 10 to 20% of men in today's society are actually having sex in today's dating market. The reason being is 80 to 90% of all women are sleeping with the same men. That means that the top 10 to 20% of men are sleeping with 80 to 90% of women. So that means that all women are sharing the same men. Most women are sleeping with the same guys. They are sharing these guys. And a man that's in the top 10 to 20% of high income earners, women don't understand this, but they're 10 times as likely to not be loyal because they can afford, they have options because they make money. And Myron Gaines on Fresh and Fit said it best. Men are only as loyal as their options. So the more options a man has, he's less likely to be loyal. I think that's a fact. All right, so moving on. The very next topic I'd like to talk about is women reject and ghost men all day, every day, yet get mad when a man rejects or ghosts a woman or leaves a woman standing. Okay, so how many women who watch this video, probably not watching now, but you will, how many women in your past have ghosted a man, stopped talking to a man, bailed on a date? How many times have you done that in the past? I guarantee you, 90% of all you women who watch this or will watch this have, in fact, at least one time in your life, ghosted a man and bailed on a date. Okay, so let's see. The fact is that I saw a video earlier today, and it was about an hour ago, and like 10 to 20 girls on this accountability video were complaining because the guy ghosted them before a date. They didn't show up to a date, and they just stopped talking to him. What's funny to me is I, in the past, have actually experienced being ghosted. I, in the past, have actually experienced being bailed on a date. This is a reality. This is a reality that men have to understand. This is a reality that men do understand. This is a reality that men do not cry, complain, or moan about. It's a fact that men just live in reality a lot better than women do. Women can live in this unfactual reality and think that every man should find them attractive just because they are who they are. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Every person, whether you're a man, woman, child, doesn't matter. You should always be improving upon your lifestyle no matter what. No matter if you're man or woman or child. You should always build upon your future, no matter if you're man, woman, or child. Regardless. That's a fact. It's my belief. I think it's true. The research shows it proves. Your lifestyle, whether it's good or bad, tells you it's true. You should always build upon your future, no matter who you are. All right, moving on. This is a big one. Body count for women does in fact matter. Let me explain. Okay. So imagine you go to a dealership, okay? You got this $20,000, $30,000 in cash and you want to buy a brand new vehicle, okay? You go there and you're looking for that zero mileage or very low mileage. You go there and all they have are vehicles with 200,000 miles or more, but they want you to pay full price for that vehicle. Same thing goes with a woman. If a man wants to marry a younger, hotter woman with a low body count, and he could afford to do that, why would he choose to pay full price for a vehicle that's not new? Again, why should a man of high value date a woman with a high body count or marry a woman with a high body count? Because he's technically paying full price for a used vehicle. He's paying the new price of a new vehicle on a used vehicle, i.e., a woman that's been ran through. Now, again, all women are important. All women have value. All women are great. I will agree with that. The fact remains, we're not talking about the average man. Me, myself, I'm an average man. I don't make a high value income, especially not at this time. For the first time in my life, last year, I made over $52,000 truck. I'm very proud of that. I'm trying not to go back to trucking, but I may have no choice. The fact is that even at $2,000 for the first time in my entire life. That's not high. That's an average income. In fact, across America, the average income for men at my age are from $30,000 to $50,000. Period. Women want men with 100,000 or more, and that's less than 1% of the U.S. male population, whether they're married or not, that have that much income. The fact remains that income means everything of the value of a man. Most women say money's not everything, but it is important because they will always ask, what do you do for work? What do you do for work? But no man can safely say, how many men have you been with? How many men have you slept with? Because ain't no woman going to answer that honestly. And even if she does, you should always multiply that times 3. That's just a fact. Most women are not honest with their body count. There's even been instances where women said that because they used a condom, they didn't even count that as a body count. I that's wrong. That's not even true. A promiscuous woman is not the same value as a younger, hotter woman with a lower body count. Now, an average man making a median household income cannot afford to date younger, hotter women. An average man making average salaries cannot afford to be picky of who he's with or whatever. But we can get into that in the comments later. All right, this question goes towards women because right now I ain't got no viewers, but we can discuss it in the comments later. Where would you, as a mom, this goes out to the women, where would you encourage your son or sons to go to meet his future wife, i.e. girlfriend? All right, I think that's a good question. And then this goes out to all men and women. This next question: where would you encourage your daughters to find her future husband? I.e., where? The locations. All right? All right, so I would argue that the next topic is, I would argue that in 2022, that it is much harder to find a partner as a man than it is for women, sorry. Because a man has to bring value, a woman just has to exist. Has to be beautiful, and that's not hard to find. There's a lot of beautiful women out there. But I believe that it is much harder for men to find a relationship, to have sexual access, because sexual access is controlled solely by women. Access to relationships are mostly controlled by men. That's a fact. So what about you guys? Do you think it's easier for women to find a man than it is for a man to find women? Sorry. I would say it is much easier for women. All right, moving on. The next topic: a woman doesn't respect the man she's with if she is entertaining other men, i.e. her Instagram, flirting. That's just my true belief. And a lot of men agree with that. All right. So, moving on that same subject of flirting, entertaining other men, do you guys believe and agree that girls are secretly more likely to cheat? Or, sorry. Okay. Yeah, so do you believe girls are opening a door for cheating by entertaining other men, flirting, i.e., sharing their number, Instagram, things like that with other men, even posting posting um, very provocative pictures on their Instagram, things like that? Do you believe that is opening a door to cheating? I believe it is. I'd love to hear your comments later on when everybody sees this. All right, so next one. Are girls secretly more likely to cheat on ladies' night out or girls' trips? I think they will because girls usually cover for their girlfriends. I still, it's very rare because he doesn't promote it on YouTube as much as he used to. But Tom Likas got a lot of female callers that called in and admitted on a bunch of his podcasts saying that they covered for their girlfriends who were cheating on their husbands, boyfriends, things like that. So I believe that girls are much more likely to cheat on ladies' night out and girls' trips out of town or out of the country. All right. And the next topic, a man is not controlling if he does not want you to stop entertaining other men. Okay, a man will not feel like he's controlling. A man will not sound like he's controlling. A man will not try to control how you interact with men unless he actually gives a damn about you. It is not controlling. It is protecting you from hurting yourself and hurting the relationship. A man has the right to have standards. A man has a right to believe, let me rephrase that, your husband, your boyfriend, your partner has every right to control the tempo of who you are entertaining, what you are saying. Now, I don't believe in the whole um, controlling, going through phones and stuff. Um, every once in a while, no big deal. You want to look at my phone? I don't have a problem with that. The fact is that if you are entertaining another man as a woman, you are opening a door to promiscuity. Sorry, that word is difficult for me. But the fact is, it is not controlling that your boyfriend, husband, partner, spouse, whatever, does not want you flirting, fucking, entertaining other men, being anything other than loyal. It's not controlling. Just means that he really cares about you and values you in his life. Now, there are toxic behaviors in that sense that can lead into the controlling dynamic, but it's all about respect. And it's come to my attention that the woman you are dating, and this goes out to the fellows out there, the woman you are dating does not respect you at all if she is flirting or entertaining other women in a sexual, emotional way. She don't respect you, and you should end it, because she's either going to respect you and not entertain other dudes, or she don't respect you at all. And you deserve better, fellas. The fact is that a woman should always be loyal, and I will agree that most men, the average man, is a lot more likely to be loyal than a high value man. Because why would a man that has worked his rear off his entire life to make 100K or more, why would he only be with one woman? Because a man is only as loyal as his options. Period. The fact is that there are good men out there. I'm one of them. I'm kind of an asshole, but there are good men out there that are loyal, that are good, and they will be loyal to one girl. But again, when you don't make a lot of money and you don't have girls knocking down your door, you're a lot more likely to be loyal. Fact remains that respect is key in a relationship. Communication is key in a relationship. You should always be respectful to your partner if you want that kind of relationship. But a man should always be a leader in the relationship. 9 times out of 10, they've proven in a lot of cases that when a woman starts controlling the tempo of the relationship, she doesn't respect that man very much anymore, and she's highly likely to leave that man. And I wrote this down very clearly. A man should always be allowed to be a man. And as women, they constantly say, I need a real man. Well, the real question, women, is, are you actually letting your man be a man? You can't sit there and have this big masculine attitude and be only feminine when you choose to be so. Let me find it. I wrote it here. The other thing on that discussion, women don't like being told what they are doing wrong. For example, that was dumb. Don't be rude. That was very disrespectful. That was embarrassing. Don't do that again. And last but not least, telling a woman no. Women need to be told no. They should be told no. But most of the time when a woman is told no, it is met with hostility from a woman. But fellas, a woman will respect you more when you say no. Stop being yes men. Stop saying yes to everything your woman wants. She can't respect a yes man. I'm not saying be a dick. I'm saying you need to say no. You cannot say yes to everything. A man should always lead the relationship, because women lose respect for men that they can control. A woman cannot lead the relationship and still respect that man. Period. It's just a fact. It's logic. I've done the research. I've watched many videos. I've listened to many podcasts where women call in and say that very same thing. Ask your female friends, ladies, if you don't agree with it. A woman does not want to be in control of a man. She cannot respect a man that she can control. Now, a lot of women are not on check. I am quoting Myron Gaines on this. All credit to Myron Gaines of the Fresh and Fit podcast. I am quoting these words directly from Myron. I actually put the quotes on this on my paper. I.e., Myron Gaines said these words tonight. I listened to them, I wrote them down, and I am giving all credit to Fresh and Fit Myron Gaines. He said, a lot of women are not on check by reality by their poor decisions. Let me say that again. A lot of women are not on check by reality by their poor decisions. Later on in life, in their 30s, society is to blame for why women are the way they are. Feminism has said that women should be accepted for who they are, but men can't say they have to be accepted for who they are because men live in a fact based reality. We just know that that's what it is. That's a life that we have to accept. We will get rejected, so what? If a man is fat, lazy, or broke, women will not accept these fat, lazy, broke men. Trust me, reality itself is sexist because throughout all history, women have always gone for the most alpha male, and men have always gone for the most attractive, sexy young woman they can get. I understand you not liking the words coming out of my mouth, but the fact is that everything I am saying to you is a reality. Throughout history, women have always been attracted to the most high value men, the most alpha men. That's why you find college girls dating 30, 40, 50-year-old men because college men are not making the income and have the resources that older men have because college men who are in college are educating themselves and moving towards that reality of becoming more wealthier, more successful. Later on in life, guess what? Those men who buckled down, became successful, focused on their life, built their wealth, became successful. Guess what? When those men become successful, they'll be dating younger, hotter women because the younger, hotter women want to date the higher earning men who are not their age. It's just a reality. It's a reality that men have to face. We get rejected most of our life, but we don't cry and moan and complain about it. We live in reality, that's what it is, and we move on. But men who are fat, lazy, broke, living in their mom's basement, I think Myron Gaines said it best. He said, if I'm, how do you say it? He said, if I'm 31 years old, I'm living in my mom's basement, I have no ambition. I smoke dope all day, I drink all day, I play video games, I have no job, I don't have any ambition, I do nothing, and my mom pays all my bills. Would you date me? 9 times out of 10, every girl on that podcast said, nope, 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 absolutely not. They all said no. And that's the same reality that men have when it comes to dating women who are very promiscuous, have OnlyFans, put themselves out there. I can't remember everything he said, but basically, that's the same way men feel about dating single moms and women who have 2 to 3 children. Um, Again, I'm doing my best to pull it out of my memory, but I have the video. I could share it. I really do have the video. The fact is that a man has to bring value to a relationship, All a woman has to do is be attractive and available. That's it. That's all the reality that a woman has to do is just exist in the dating market. It's period. But a man is only high value if he's successful. A woman is only high value if she is next to a high value man and she's able to keep him. But the fact remains that those women who are married to or dating those high value men, they may not like it, but they are required to share that man with other women. Because why would a high value man only be monogamous to you? Why would he? He's successful, he's top value, he's got women hitting him up all the time. Because, as I said earlier, 10 to 20% of men are sleeping with 80 to 90% of women in the United States. That's a terrible truth. It's a fact that more and more and more men are reporting not having sex in the dating market. That's pathetic. And it's kind of gross that 80 to 90% of the average woman are sleeping with the high value men. That means that women are sharing these men. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. I will not say that all women are the same. I will not say that all women are terrible. I will not say that all women do this or do this. All I'm saying is that the facts have been presented to you. I've done my research. I will continue to do my research. I'd love to have comments, discussions. I hope to have some guests tonight, but that didn't work out. But we can do another video tomorrow evening. I'll schedule it for, I don't know. I'll just go. How about this? This schedule thing is kind of um, iffy, I guess you could say. But I'll go live around 8 p.m. Sunday night, which is now. Today is Sunday. Yep. I'll go live tonight about 8 p.m. and we could have another discussion on this. Hopefully, I can get some guests on here and we could have a live discussion. That would be awesome. So, I only had one viewer earlier, but it is late. So, I'll go live as often as possible. Heck, I might even go live in the morning. We could have this discussion around 10 or 11 o'clock. That would be great. But it's all dependent on how my day goes. If the weather is nice tomorrow, which I'm hoping it is because the weather's been bad, my plan is to go out and finish up the bathroom vanity I'm working on for a customer. That's the hope. And we'll go from there. But thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the discussions, the topics. I'd really like to have discussions with as many females as possible on this. So if you want to be on a guest on my podcast, please, that would be amazing. I'd love to have you as a guest on my podcast. Anybody who wants to have a discussion, man or woman, I'd appreciate you as a guest on my podcast. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a good night.